talk. It's Kristen Dyroff Odell. I'm coming to you live tonight to chat with you about something called sleep inertia. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. You have, but you might not have heard of it in that term before. But the last couple of nights I've been talking about sleep. How much do we need? What happens if we don't get enough? How we can help ourselves fall asleep and stay asleep better, and ways that we can help ourselves stay awake when we need to be awake. And tonight I'm going to talk to you quickly about sleep inertia. And this is really crazy. If you're not a morning person, if you don't want to talk to anybody before noon, if you just describe yourself as somebody who, has trouble waking up, you maybe want to be a morning person. I see some thumbs up. There's a lot of people who are not morning people. I'm not the only one. I'm a night owl, but I also have a tough time getting up in the morning. And sleep inertia is definitely my problem, and it might be some of yours as well. So what exactly is sleep inertia? So basically it has to do with chemicals in our body. So when we all go to sleep, our melatonin levels will rise, and this is what gets us to fall asleep and makes us sleepy. And so melatonin goes up, and then we go to sleep, and we enter in a few different sleep stages, and we enter into REM stage, and that's when the melatonin is highest, and then we go in and out, and the melatonin levels go up and down throughout the night. And at some point, what happens is an alarm clock will wake us up, bam. And when the alarm clock wakes us up right in the middle of an REM sleep cycle, it wakes us up right when the melatonin level is the highest, which is actually geared to trying to keep us asleep. And so when we force ourselves to wake up against our body chemistry, it gives us a really, really groggy feeling in the morning. It makes us hard to function. And for me, I have to drag myself out of bed. I'm not a happy person. Yes, a lot of people are real caffeine lovers. They go right for the coffee. This is you. If you're going right for the coffee, if you go right for caffeine, actually the adrenaline of the alarm clock is also something that will wake us up and try to fight that sleep inertia that we're having. But a lot of times with the caffeine and the adrenaline, we then crash. And then it's hard for us to function. A lot of us might be driving to work groggy, driving to work sleepy. That's the danger of sleep inertia, is that we don't fully wake up. Sleep inertia can affect us for 30 minutes, and some of us can be affected for up to 4 hours. Our bodies just aren't able to catch up, where our mind is telling us we need to be awake and we need to function, but the part of our brain that's helping our body actually function and be alert isn't catching up with the rest of us because of the melatonin levels being so high. And so that's basically what happens when we're not morning people. There's a couple of things that you can do, to help combat this. And first of all, they're saying if you have a trouble with this, get rid of your alarm clock, which many of us, I know me included, I can't wake up in time without an alarm clock. I am not a person that has a routine, and so my body doesn't wake up at the same time every day without it. Of course, my children do a pretty good job of doing that for me. But in the meantime, I feel like I need an alarm or I'm going to be late to whatever I have to do the next day. So if you really feel like you need an alarm, first of all, they're suggesting that you do go to sleep and wake up at the same time every day. So if you get into a routine, even on the weekends, that will help. That's not really an option for me, and for a lot of medical professionals who work really crazy schedules and routines, it doesn't really help us. The next best suggestion is to get an alarm clock that recognizes what you are in your stage of sleep. So where you are in your REM cycle, and the alarm clock will wake you up within a certain period of time, within a half an hour of time, based on when it thinks is the best time and the healthiest time to wake you. So you can set it for, 7 o'clock in the morning, but if at 7 you're in deep REM sleep, the alarm clock won't wake you up until you get out of that sleep. So you'd be woken up within a range of time. There are apps you can do, and you can put on your phone to try to do that. So if you have a trouble with this, you might want to try it. Check out one of those apps. I'm going to figure out which one is the best one and try to post it down below so you all can take a look and see, because I'm going to try it myself. This is something I struggle with, and I want to try to try one of those apps so that I wake myself up in a healthier way rather than waking myself up and fighting my body chemistry. And so basically, the other thing that you can do is just try to, like I said, do a routine. But other than that, there isn't much else we can do, except to try to go without an alarm clock, which is like a big thing. They say the alarm clock is really bad. And snoozing is like the worst thing you can do. So I know, raise your hand if you're a snoozer, because I'm a snoozer. If I have to wake up, I set my alarm like 15 minutes early so I can snooze 2 or 3 more times. times. And that's really, really bad. So I really want to become more of a morning person. I really don't like being a night owl. I really want to work on waking up a little bit earlier in the day, getting more done, getting more accomplished. And so this is going to be the first step that I'm going to make to try to get up a little bit earlier. Is I think what's happening in the past and why I haven't been able to do it is I've actually been fighting against my own body chemistry. And so I'm going to start paying more attention to that in the next couple of weeks. And I'm going to try to use one of these apps to wake me up in more of a healthier way. And so hopefully that will help me get on track to waking up earlier and being more productive earlier in the day and not being so cranky. So try to stay away from the caffeine, try to stay away from the snooze button, and let's see if we can change some of our groggy, cranky ways in the morning and be happier. So let me know if you give it a try and if you like it or not. And in the meantime, check out my blog about this subject. It will be posted underneath this post soon. Thank you to everyone who tuned in live tonight. So nice to see you all. And everybody, go to sleep and have a good night's rest. Bye.